Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.
Hey y'all. Hello everybody. Come on in, babies. I am finally going to get to my content that I have been putting off for these last few days. I will not be distracted tonight. Hello, Miss Wanda. She said, hey, Sean B in chat, love the intro. That's my nighttime joint. You know, a little 1 minute, 1, 2, you know. Thank you, boo. Hey, Tina. Good evening, boo. She said, good evening, Sean B. I have to apologize to you earlier. I misspelled your name, and I do apologize. I got to write quickly when I'm at work. It's okay, boo. I understand. SB is good, boo. SB is great. SB is wonderful. It's one of my logos as well. It is. It's on my channel, on my community wall. It is. It is. Look at my babies in here. We got some bush people. They're a little shy, y'all. It's okay. They're a little shy. They wanna peek in through the curtains, you know. They want to see what the inside of the house look like, what we might be talking about, you know, that kind of thing. But we gonna sit out in the patio so they can hear us loud and clear. Okay, we gonna sit out in the patio tonight so they don't have to strain their ears to hear what we're talking about, right? Hey, Kels. Stick on my DJ Kelly Kels. Yes, yes, yes. Um, y'all, we gonna put our arms around Kelly and we're gonna show her she does not stand alone. And that just is what the fuck it is. Period. Kelly Kels 313 does not and will not stand alone. That is it. Kelly don't mess with nobody, and she ain't going for nobody fucking with her no more. So, but I'm gonna let her handle that. I just had to say what big sisters say. Now, hey, Lady Mysterious. Hey, girl. I saw your thing earlier. I loved it. Absolutely. Say it, boo. Say it. Yes, yes. That's right. She said put some exclamation points on that. Yes. She said she gonna let Miss Keisha come out and play as soon as she can. I love it when we stand up for ourselves. So y'all gonna have to forgive me if I'm a little anticipating and I'm kind of excited about it, because I love when we stand up for ourselves, because the fuckery needs to stop. Period. It needs to stop. Last night I had over 140 something views of my live last night about us black women standing up and standing together and changing the dumb shit that we used to do. And it's okay to be nice or just not be at all, but stop the ugliness. And lo and behold, the ignoramuses of the world of YouTube did what they do best, and that's try to bully people. But it is all right. It is okay, because Kelly said she gonna let Miss Keisha come out and play as soon as Keisha can come out and play. Now, getting to my content, I told you guys earlier yesterday, that I had did some research on the pedals of the world. And the ones that I did, my recent, the content I'm about to give you guys now is of our country. It's not from the third worlds, okay? It's not from Rock Nation over there and on the Middle Eastern, where they literally breed them to be married at 10 years old. No, I ain't even go that far. I didn't have to. They're right here in this country. Y'all understand me? The pedals of the world are right here in this country as well. And what I'm about to read to you guys, are from the voices, the mouths of the pedals themselves. Okay? So everything that I write, I may have changed the wording because I don't do infringement. Okay? I know how to write. But these are definitely of their words. So I can't say this is a quote unless I say this is a quote, but this is definitely what they said. Paraphrasing, of course. And it was agreed upon within the group, this one particular group, that their ages started between 6 and 15 years old. Between the ages of 6 and 15, 1-5. Y'all understand that? Okay. And this is a quote. Most of the time, it was relatives. I'm talking about some sick people here, y'all. This dude said most of the time, it was relatives. That's what he said. So, this particular dude's name is Jeremy. And they were using their real names, and they were not undercover. They were not shaded. They were not sitting in the dark. The guy who was running this group gave them time in the beginning. He gave them full disclosure, full disclaimer that we are not going to X out any of your words. We're not going to hide your face. We're not going to lie about your name. If you do not want to tell the truth and partake in this group, I'm asking you to leave right now. And I have to admit that I did not hear a chair move, which to me tells me that no one left. No one got up. Okay, now I don't know if that's because they were under some kind of stipulations per their public releases from prison, to be under some kind of public, what is it called? Supervision. I don't know if they had to partake in this, but I didn't hear anyone leave, right? And so the first guy that spoke, his name is Jeremy. And Jeremy said that he graped while under the influence of drugs. Now, his was younger. He said his was 2.5. Y'all hear me? 2.5. This baby was 2 years old, damn the half. Okay? 2 years old. And he did it for 6 months. So approximately until that baby turned 3, this is what this monster did to this baby. And Jeremy claims that he too was a victim of his own father until he was 16 years old. Jeremy estimates to have raped over and over this 2-year-old child. Again, like I said, for 6 months. This is another guy. His name is Jerry. And Jerry estimates to have raped over 100 to 150 children that were not strangers. That's a quote. They were not strangers, y'all. He was caught when, quote, a couple of my victims turned me in, unquote. It never really occurred to him that he would one day be caught. He too was a victim who couldn't talk back. That's how he described it. The reason why it continued to happen to him. He said that his predator was his grandfather and his uncle for 3 to 4 years. And when he told his mother about it, he was punished. He was actually punished for 2 reasons. One, because he said his mother didn't believe him. And 2, because she simply didn't want it to be spoken about. He also stated, Jerry did, remember the first one is Jeremy. This one is Jerry with the 100 to 150 victims. He also stated that his older sister was violated as well by the grandfather. Y'all, we got sick people living in our communities. We've got some sick sons of bitches living in our community. Hello, Sonia. Long time no see. Thank you for joining us, love. We're talking about incest in the family. We're talking about the tragedies of a family right here in this country. Not overseas, not in China, Mexico, the third world countries. Nope. We're talking about right here on United States soil. Okay? Jerry also started his reign. He also stated that he started his reign at approximately 14 years old. Yeah. He started violating other children when he was only 14 years old. He said he did it, and this is a quote, for my own personal gratification. And that's what drove him to cross the boundaries of these family members. His own personal gratification. And he said he described it as an instant high, adrenaline rush. That's what he described when he talked about his victims. And when he was asked, what would you say to the parents? He said, and I quote, listen to your kids when they tell you. It's one of the ways that you protect them. Because he said the parents that don't believe are their best protection. Y'all hear that? A grown man that's now in his 60s is saying that he started when he was 14, and one of his best tools, one of his best protections was the parents that did not believe their own children. Mm-hmm. Hey, Terry. She said, good evening again, Sean B. How are you doing today? Hope all is well with you and your family. Hopefully your day was amazing. Have a wonderful, blessed rest of your evening. Enjoy. Back at you, boo. Back at you. And she said, good evening, everyone in the chat. Terry, thank you. And thank you for joining us. I am talking about incest in the family right here on United States soil. Again, not the third world countries, not anywhere, but right here in our country, in our backyard, across the street from our homes. Yes. All right. So it was said, people at the dinner or restaurant table, Sunday school directors, teachers, police, judges, all the people we would never expect. Average age is 7 years old, but some were younger than that. Again, we just heard from Jeremy, who said that his first victim was 2.5. Y'all, we got some sick people in our backyard. It was said in some of my research that prison repeats the dynamics of the domination and is why they return to life the same way or worse. Because what they said was, okay, we get arrested, we get convicted, we go to prison. But as soon as the people in prison find out why we're there, our violations are then committed upon us, right? And committed upon them, okay? And then they have to endure that for their time in prison. But then when they're released, now they're angry. And what was a simple gratification now is it's done with anger. And now it's about resentment. What was just simple control is now resentment, and they're pissed. So now they want to take out on those children what was done to them in prison, as if they were put in prison for no damn reason, as if they were unfairly convicted of what they were doing to these children. An Oklahoma legislator proposed the DP, even for the first-time offenders. And what he said was, is it their time? Is it their first time? Or will it be their last? Because one said the first time he got arrested, it was not his first time. It was not his first time. He had over 100 victims. It was just his first time getting caught. He had over 100. He said they don't come to the neighborhood. They've been there. Jerry said the pedos don't come to the neighborhood. They're already living there. That is what a pedo said, y'all. He said, I would babysit. And soon after starting to babysit, an emotional attachment grew to an actual attraction. And y'all remember when I say actual, you put an S in front of that. And he said it started with the touching. And that turned into more explicit illustrating and then the oral violations. He said that Jerry said that his first was a 4-year-old, and he did that for 12 months. His first babysitting job. He was the babysitter, y'all. That's why you see up here on the screen it says, I don't like the babysitter. That's a kid telling that to their parents. I don't like the babysitter. Right? And what did Jerry say? Believe your kids when they tell you. Listen to your kids when they tell you, because these monsters are banking on you not doing that. These monsters are banking on you brushing your kid off, not paying any attention, and just letting be what is. And they're going to do the same damn thing. They're going to let be what they want it to be. Again, y'all, his first babysitting job, this child was 4 years old. And he did it for a whole year. Then they kind of pivoted a little bit during this documentary, and they spoke with a female. And while this female didn't hide her face, she did not give her name. Okay. And I guess because she was a victim, they didn't hold her to the same stringent questions that they held the perpetrators to. Right. And what she said was her violations happened when she would spend a night over her friends' houses. It would be their father. And she was asked, well, do you think that your friend was being violated as well? And she said, I don't know. She said it happened from the age of 9 to 12 years old. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. 9 to 12 years old. Various friends, fathers. What the hell is going on in that community? Huh? This little girl was safe going nowhere. She went to spend the night over one friend's house. She got touched. She said, yeah, I ain't going over there no more. She went to spend the night over another friend's house. She got touched. She said, I ain't going over there no more either. My thing is, why you keep going to spend the night over people's houses? That's the first thing I would have said. And so they asked her, did you ever tell? She said, no. They said, why not? She said, because she felt guilty. She didn't want her friends to be mad at her because she would have told on their father. And 2, she didn't want her mother to be mad at her. That speaks volumes, y'all. Let's break that down. Somewhere along the way, these parents, because I dare say she's not the only one who felt this way. At any point of time, in anybody's family, no matter what race they were, I dare say her being between the ages of 9 and 12 years old, she is not the only one who felt this kind of guilt. What are we not doing? What kind of security are we not giving our children to let them know you can come talk to me about anything from A to Z, from 1 to eternity? You can come talk to me about whatever it is. I'm going to get mad, but it won't be at you, baby. Tell them. Tell your children, oh, I'm going to get mad, but it won't be at you. I'm getting mad at the person that's about to make me do something that I really never thought that I would have to do, because y'all have to remember, with the exception of this female, these other kids were family members, were violated by family members. Now, if you can keep your composure about yourself, that's fine. That's perfect. Because then you don't have to explain this energy that's coming off of you that your baby is going to pick up on, right? If you can keep your composure. But if you cannot, explain to your babies why you're mad. Let them know, baby, I promise it's not you. I love you. But my job is to protect you. And right after I'm done getting mad at me because it's something that I didn't do, it's a decision that I made, it's somebody that I trusted that violated that trust, I'm going to get mad at them. Okay, boo? I'm not mad at you. I love you. I adore you. You are of my flesh and my blood. I am not angry at you. But what happened to you makes me mad as hell. It's okay to tell your kids that. Because what do our kids know when we get angry? Mama about to handle that. Daddy about to handle his business. What may have happened to me happened somewhere else, not at home. But they about to go handle that though, and it ain't gonna happen again, right? But I'm gonna say it again. If you're capable of having this conversation with your kids, if they ever come to you and say that this has been happening, or if you ever pick up on the fact that this may be happening to your babies, look at how they're acting. Do they not want to be around a certain person? Do they all of a sudden want to be around a certain person all the time? Because see, y'all got to remember, there are conversations that are happening in private that we are obviously not privy to. That child can be being threatened that when I come around, you better stand next to me every damn time, or I'm going to do this, this, and this. Y'all see what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? This child, your child, can be being threatened to never say nothing or else. And when I come around, you better smile. You better not be nervous. You better run up and hug me around my neck really tightly. Or else. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So y'all got to peep out the signs. Y'all got to look for, if your babies are in school, look for the grades to drop. Look for the isolation. All they want to do is be by themselves. They don't want to take a bath. They don't want to put on pretty clothes. They don't want to look pretty because their violator might be telling them how pretty they are. Y'all got to look at all. Y'all got to look at the pictures that your babies are making, the way they're drawing, the way they're coloring. If they're scribbling and it's really angry, if it's a lot of dark energy, y'all got to look at that. Y'all have to pay attention to that. In other words, with everything, and I'm nowhere near done, don't get me wrong. But with everything that I learned, even with what we think we've been doing, they find a way around that. You know, like what I just said, right? We're looking for the kid that don't want to be around somebody. Well, they figured that out. And so now they're threatening them. You better want to give me a hug. You better smile when I come around. You better not act scared when I come around. Or the next time I babysit you, this is what's going to happen. Like that ass, y'all. This is what they were saying in this documentary. Some straight monsters. Nasty, disgusting sons of bitches. I'm not even playing with y'all. I think that's part of the reason why I kept putting this off, because it was one thing. It was one thing to watch this and write these notes. Oh. And I got pages. y'all. It was one thing to watch it and then to reflect on it enough to write it down and put it in my own words and write these quotes. But y'all got to know this is something else to regurgitate this to y'all. But that's what I'm here for. Tina said that's part of the problem. If nobody will speak up, then we can't hold them accountable for what they're doing is wrong. That's why we got to pay attention, Tina. That's why we got to look for the stuff. Yes, these monsters have made our job even harder. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. The people at the restaurant, the Sunday school director, the police, the judges. Yes, they have. One of them even said that. Oh, Lord. One of them even said that one time when he was told on, the parent, the mother, called the police. But the police officer that showed up was also a pedo. So what he did was he put dude in handcuffs, told the mama he's under arrest, drove that Mickey Ficky nasty monster to another neighborhood and told him, I better not see you around here again. That's what happened. That's what happened. He said, I better not see you. A cop. Who the hell are we supposed to trust if we can't trust the goddamn police? Oh, but y'all, it don't stop there, though. Because for the ones that do get arrested, they got to go before a judge, right? Yeah, that's what happens. They have to go before the judge. Well, what the hell do you think happens when they're before that judge? That judge. That judge that's half naked under his robe. Huh? What do we do then? So does that answer the question about why these pedos get less time than a first offending corner hustler? Huh? We still got that question? We still got that question? No, because I don't. I hope y'all don't. I don't have that question anymore. So, back to what I was saying. This female that I was speaking about a little bit ago, she said her mom knew. You know why she said her mom knew? Because the doctors told her. She said the doctors told her, first of all, your daughter, who is less than 12 years old, is no longer a virgin. She has been actually active. That's what the doctors told her. They also told her that it is the reason for all of these infections. So they spoke to another one named Jessica. And Jessica said her cousin was her violator. Her cousin. And she said she told. She said she told. They didn't believe her. So per statistics of this particular documentary, they say 60% of predators are not strangers. 60% are not strangers. And of those violated, statistically, 40% are girls, 30% are boys. Now, I know that's only 70%. The others, I don't know what they did with that other percentage. I don't even understand. That's just what they said, and I'm giving it to you the way they said it. Okay? And one of the guys said that this whole leave it to beaver lifestyle, you wake up in the morning, you've got your perfect 5-minute breakfast waiting for you, and mommy's pouring the coffee with the robe on, and dad's trying to fix his tie, hurrying out the door, and come on, kids, we're gonna be late. And everybody pile into the car, and he drops the kid off at grammar or elementary school, and then he drives up the street and around the corner and drops the high school kid off at school, and dad rushes on off to work, and mom's at home being the great Susie homemaker. He said those are the kind of lifestyles that have the greatest desire to keep the secrets. They don't want to tarnish the image. They don't want to dirty what everybody thinks of them. And he said, this is how they are born. Y'all see that perpetuation right there? He said that's how they're born. That's how they're created, because it's happening to them, but because they don't want their leave it to beaver lifestyle image to be tarnished, nobody says anything. Nothing's done about it. But the kids are still taking around Uncle McNasty and Grandpa doing too goddamn much. Okay? To the kids. Right? He said that this leave it to beaver lifestyle is worse. And so they do nothing. They do nothing. Swept under the rug. You'll be all right. He said sometimes, for a period of time, the visits lessen for a short period. But then sooner or later, everything just goes right back to normal. And these children are violated all over again. And then there comes this guy named Daniel, who says, Daniel's father was convicted of violating Daniel's cousin. Right? So in this story, Daniel's mother and his cousin's mother were sisters. And so his cousin would come over, and Daniel's father was violating that cousin. His aunt told his mom for 6 months. It had been happening for 6 months. And so, he was arrested, and he was put on, it was either house arrest, but he was given some kind of bail because he was there while they were doing this documentary. In speaking to the young adult and the mother. And the mother said that, because the people asked what's going on with the boxes, like, is he leaving? She said, we have to relocate. due to the, exposing of his father. And she said that they'd have to change their names and all of that. Daniel, she said, had been ostracized because of his father, and the father had the audacity not to want to speak at all. He didn't want to answer not one question, and he didn't want to be seen on camera. But he was standing right around the corner. Like if you were to turn the corner to go to a rear bathroom or something, he's right around that. And when the mother got up and walked back there while they were preparing to pack up, he said, "This is all being blown out of proportion." Excuse me, motherfucker. What? He said it's all being blown out of proportion. Really? Out of proportion, he said. The fact that his son is being ostracized at school to the point where his mother had to pull their son out of school, right? They're having to pack up their home and move where they're not known. Of course, they're leaving him behind. He can't go anywhere. He has to, handle this case. But he's actually trying to minimize, negate what he did and how it's affected his whole damn family. So, do y'all see him lessening his reign of terror on a child anytime soon? Because I don't. And then there's another one named Dan. Not Daniel. Daniel was the kid. This is a man named Dan. Dan was convicted of violating a minor child who was also a relative. And it resulted in divorce as well. But his children were placed in foster care. But good old Dan was nice enough to acknowledge the trauma and the hurt that he did to everybody. Good for you, Dan. But I'd applaud you louder if you just kept your shit to yourself. Kept your shit in your pants and go find you an adult to mess with. Not a child. See, because we as adults, we don't get a cracker for not messing with kids. Hell, that's what we're supposed to do. Not mess with children. So you don't get an award for that, buddy. You don't get a round of applause because you practice goddamn self-control. You shouldn't even need self-control. This is a kid. You sick bitch. One of the guys said that secrecy is a predator's best friend. So aside from the parents not believing the kids, secrecy, the parents not believing the kids is the best tool. But secrecy is their best friend. That's crazy. And one of the victims was asked, what would you say to your violator if you had a chance? And that victim said, there is never an excuse, and I quote, there's never an excuse. Being a victim does not give you permission. Because you know how they always say, well, it was done to me. It happened to me. I thought it was okay because no one stopped them from touching me. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? And so Homeland Security did some statistics. And Homeland Security reports that 86% of recorded S offenders' whereabouts are unknown. 86% of recorded SO offenders are whereabouts unknown. That is how they are classified in the computer. Whereabouts unknown. Huh? Somebody, come on, talk to me. This is StreamYard. Y'all can come up on the panel anytime. These creatures are classified in their registration, where they're supposed to be registered for however long their stipulations are. But I don't know if it's because their address just, they got put out, or they're just never there when when their parole or probation officers go look for them. They're not there. I don't know what the circumstances are, but it is quoted in the computer, classified in the computer as, quote, whereabouts unknown. And they remain free, like the Jarvis Butts of the world, like the Christopher Whitakers of the world. Remember him with Aliana DeFries? Yeah. So then there was a James that they spoke to, and this James, he had adopted a kid. Y'all see the dynamics here? Now we have an adopted parent. This guy, James, they adopted a kid who was a victim, right? So I tried to get information from multiple different perspectives, and how people are affected. And so I got a perspective from an adoptive parent who had accepted a victim into their home. And him and his wife had just recently gotten married, and they had for a few years tried to get pregnant, and they just weren't successful. So they agreed to adopt a kid. They saw this kid, and they took the kid in first as a foster kid, and they just fell in love with him. So they adopted him. And he said that their first inkling that something was going on, it wasn't because I got your Kels. It wasn't because social services told them about it. It wasn't because social services told them about it. Right? He had to walk in and catch this kid reenacting with toys. Y'all understand that? He caught the kid reenacting with toys. Mm-hmm. Yeah. With toys, y'all. And so he said that they immediately took that kid to social services. Hey, Kels,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. And he said when they took the kid to social services to report what was going on, that's when social services decided to tell them what had been happening with this kid for the reason why this kid was in foster care in the first place. That that these violations was happening to this little boy. And they said, well, damn, you could have told us so that we could make a conscious decision what we want to deal with. But as it is, we done fell in love with this little boy now, and we don't want to abandon him by throwing him away. But guess what, y'all? She popped pregnant as soon as they adopted him.
Mm,
And he said that the little kid was exhibiting some really strange behavior. Like he would ask stuff like, "Can I touch the baby's pee pee?
sick.
Can I see the?" It's a kid. This is a child, and he's so innocent. He didn't even know that what he was saying he shouldn't have been saying, but he was just repeating what was being done to him.
Yeah.
That's how messed up these violations are. This is how far it goes, man. This baby is saying, this little boy is saying, "Can I touch the baby's pee pee?" Go ahead, Kels. I'm gonna let you give me a rest.
The whole situation is just sick. And it's like, I remember when I was younger, my mother was trying to explain a situation that happened with her friend's daughter because she had came over to the house and she was like a little too freely with like taking her swimsuit off when we was swimming. And my mother's explanation was like, well, somebody touched her, just don't worry about it. And I was just like, okay, I might have been like 6 or 7 at the time. But to never get any narrative behind that as a child, now as an adult, it's like, that's diabolical when you hear about stories like this, when it's like parents don't believe their children. It's just sad. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, yeah.
Then a lot of times you may think parents themselves been through it and they were never protected, so they don't really know how to address it. So it's a lot of generational curses as well.
That's a fact. Yes, lady, Miss Mysterious, she says, and it turns into adult trauma. That's a fact. It does.
Right.
But y'all know what though? And I don't even know if I have an apology to give for what I'm about to say, but when we decide to become parents, we have got to not necessarily set aside our trauma, but let that be the reason why we tap into it. Address it. I mean,
For sure.
you know what I mean? Instead of like what you just told us, that's like a blind eye
Hmm.
was set upon what you were witnessing. That's not cool. That's not good.
Like looking back on it, it's almost like she was preparing me to realize that this girl was about to be loose or something. Like, oh, don't worry about that. It's just because she was touched.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
It's very
that.
unfortunate. That's like with this kid I was just talking about. They chose at the time of this documentary, they still had this child. They hadn't thrown him back. And so I am asking you guys, what would y'all have done? Y'all done y'all done adopted this kid because y'all thought y'all couldn't have any kids, right? And so y'all are seeking to help a child that is already here and is in need of a loving family. Y'all get him, y'all done fell in love with him. Y'all, he's your everyday. He's part of every day, your every goddamn day. The sun rises and sets on this kid. It's fulfilling to your wife, or it's fulfilling to you when you thought you couldn't have any kids, and it gives your husband, your spouse, you know what I mean, that kid to interact with, and then you find out, boom, this kind of stuff exists inside of them. And but then y'all do have a baby. And he's exhibiting some stuff. What would y'all do?
That is tough. I think my first response would be therapy as a family. But if that didn't help, I would have to protect my blood and get rid of the adopted child, unfortunately.
I agree. Because the fact of the matter is, the obligation first starts with DSS, because they place that child with an unsuspecting family. And now the dynamics of the family has changed. Maybe DSS just was lackadaisy about it because there were no children in the home. So who was he gonna hurt? You know what I mean?
Right.
As if that kid was never gonna go to school. But just saying. But now the demographics of the house, the dynamics of the house have definitely changed. There's a child in there now, and it's a little boy. It's a baby. And this kid is asking to touch that baby. Lady Mysterious says he has to have help while he's young. He has to.
Definitely.
Kids or no kids in the house. He need help. Or that's going to perpetuate itself into his older years. And like this other pedo that they were talking to, who started his reign at 14 years old. Tina said, I'm sorry. I would have had I would have to take him. She's saying I would have had to have taken him back to CPS. I understand. Lady Mysterious says, and we have to look at it. Is everyone going to keep turning their back on him or help him? Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand. I understand. Unfortunately, I believe that our country is in need of more adoptive homes as long as we have these monsters to worry about. But I believe that those adoptive homes for these children should be where there will not be any other children. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
While they go through the therapy and the counseling and all of that stuff that they need to go through. But then it's like, does it work? It's all those things that parents have to worry about, right?
Right. I mean, I definitely think people can be saved, people can change. Like, nothing is definite in this world. But it's just a matter of how much are you willing to risk to help someone.
Right.
Because not everybody wants help. Like some people are fine with their demons, dancing with their demons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that brings us, that's funny you should say that, Kels, because that brings me to my last and final pedo. This guy said, and I'm glad he has part of a conscience, he said that he would never violate his daughter because they asked him, well, what are you going to do? How are you going to control yourself? Your wife is about to give birth to your daughter. He said, oh, I'd never touch my daughter. She's a part of me. That is downright evil. It's evil. Thank God you won't touch your own. Oh, but you okay with touching somebody else's kid?
Ultimately, that's self hate, though. Like, not only are you saying, no, I'm not gonna touch her because she's a part of me. Like you're disgusted by what's a part of you, and you're trying to corrupt what's pure because you know you're not.
I can see that. I can see that.
Dancing with them demons. For
And
sure.
here's another way to look at it. He doesn't want to taint what's his
That too. Yeah.
because he knows what it. Are you clipping your nails?
Yes, I have a
I
split
can hear
fingernail that's bothering.
it. I can hear it, girl. She's just over there clink, clink,
I'm
clink.
trying to get this. I
Okay,
split my nail while I was prepping some
it's
vegetables.
okay. That's how good your microphone on your phone is, or your device. Yes, but it's like he doesn't want to taint what is his because he knows the monster it can create, or he knows the harm. He acknowledges the harm that he is committing upon these children.
Fact.
When you look at it like that, it's selfish. But
Yeah.
but but I'm glad though, right?
It's selfish all the way around to satisfy your personal desires on a child.
Yeah, self gratification.
That's just sick.
Yeah. And so they talked about the people who was and they were the people who was doing this documentary, they were traveling and they tried to speak with some lawmakers in these particular cities, and the lawmakers would not dis- the lawmakers would not discuss the subject of incest. They
Wow.
just would not discuss it. When you brought up the word, they would literally walk away. They would turn and spin on these people like a goddamn tornado. It was no more words. They would literally walk away. Like conversation over.
Why is that though?
Exactly. Because, boo, because, like they said, it's the people serving you at the restaurants. It's your Sunday school director or teachers. It's your police. It's your judges. They're everywhere. And so if you find a lawmaker that won't discuss this with you and you're trying to get bills passed to get laws on the books, that tells me
They hands dirty.
their hands are dirty one way or another. It's disgusting. Lady Mysterious says they take their job serious more about the kids than the pay. Oh, you said that. Okay. Also, we need CPS workers that care, that take their job serious more about the kids than the pay. And but be careful, there's karma. Absolutely. And a
I
lot of
think a
times,
lot of the CPS workers are the problem.
absolutely. And the first thing they want to blame it on is being bogged down by cases. They have
Caseload.
more cases than they can handle. But I told y'all a few lives ago that there are some agencies that won't hire a person because they can't check off each and every box. Well, why can't you hire them to do what they can do if it will alleviate some of the pressures of the CPS workers that are turning these blind eyes because their file cabinet is so goddamn full?
Because
But
they
see,
ain't cool.
that makes too much sense. That's too much like right. That's too much like right. But then if the other thing is they can also start locking these CPS workers up that are not doing their job, and a kid ends up in a lagoon being eaten by alligators because that's where his mama threw him. And this mom has been getting CPS calls and cases after cases and kids being taken from them because a 3-year-old has a broken leg and a broken jaw. Y'all remember that live I just did? And she's told to go to parenting classes and he's healed. And what do? They give him right back to this monster.
Mm.
Or the father the father has allegations against him of actual abuse, and it's been going on for years, and the kids say, well, I've been telling. You got teachers at school that can or have documented, because they're mandated reporters, that their student is often scared to go home, like what happened with Kimani Lateef in Cleveland, Ohio. That teacher said every time it got to a point where every time it was dismissal time, her whole cadence would change. Her whole attitude would change. And she would ask her what's wrong. And she would say, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go home. The child was scared to go home.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day she disappeared. And they found her dismembered and raped by her own father, let them tell it. But I think the grandmother had something to do with it. I do. Because the father didn't live in that household. She was
Yeah.
scared to go home. She didn't say, I got something to tell you about my dad. She said, I don't want to go home. That child went home, and that was the last time she went home. Shit is sad, man. And do y'all know that a lot of these pedos, they called themselves justifying what they did by finding scriptures in the Bible.
What?
Oh, yeah. Sodom and Gomorrah, all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
They actually called themselves, oh, it's in the Bible. I'm not doing it. It's in the Bible. I'm not doing anything wrong. You can find it, what I'm doing, all over the Bible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick.
Y'all remember how I've told y'all about where my husband used to work, right? Remember that, Kels?
No.
You maybe you wasn't on that live. How I would say that he would come home and tell me stories. And like this one particular guy, I don't remember his name, but he had did what he did to a 2-year-old. This motherfucker's out on parole. Why? 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 What is the good time? What mm. This
And
2-year-old ain't alive, Kels. He's
that's what I was about
unalive.
to say. Like, how old is this 2-year-old now?
That baby is forever too.
Wow.
Not only did he do what he did to the baby, but he just like many pieces.
Wow.
Yeah. One time when he was still there, this particular director of this facility had many different houses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at one of the houses, one of the pedos was found with a teenager in his closet. Did that
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker go to jail? No.
That's when they take you in the back room and tell you how much you're gonna have to pay to get out of this.
Exactly. That pedo did not go to jail. Nothing happened to the director of this facility. He had another uh pedo there that was there for having violated his own daughter. Y'all remember the story that I did the other day where the guy said that he thought it was his daughter? This not the same guy, but I'm just saying that happens more often than y'all think. That was one of the reasons why I did that story, because it was indicative of what my husband had told me. And he knew this guy. This guy was from our city. So he knew this guy. And this guy had done unspeakable. Like stuff that a woman won't even let their man do to them. Y'all know what I'm talking about. To his daughter. And yes, he got arrested. He did time. And he was supposed to have a lifetime of restraints away from her and her mother. Yet this motherfucker got out and went right there and then locked himself in the house and held the police at a standstill. Like when I tell y'all that these monsters are right there.
I know that nigga went to high school.
Shh. They can't hear you. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something my husband is just showing me. Lord have mercy.
You don't know the backstory to it. He, that's.
They can hear you.
Oh.
Here. Don't say the city.
He married. Who took my
Somebody.
place over there at the spot?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Over
Yeah,
there
yeah,
at the
yeah.
South Park.
G.
He married, right.
Mm-hmm.
He married his niece. His niece is the person that he did this to. And he bounced when they.
You told me about that. Right.
This is him.
Y'all see what I'm saying? He is constantly telling me stories, man.
That's him.
Oh God.
He live.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Got you. Okay.
Right.
We don't talk about where we're from, Poppy. We don't.
I got a lot.
I know you do.
Pictures.
No, I can't. I'm not showing pictures.
Okay.
Because that tells where I'm from.
Right. But they from all around.
I understand that, but no.
Oh,
Poppy. Poppy. Okay, bye-bye.
You say they from all around.
I mean, you know, he worked in reentry, so he was a reentry coordinator. And it really burned his ass that he had to do his job to acclimate these monsters, to get them ready to go back into society. But nobody wanted them. And that's why they were with this particular halfway agency, because nobody else would take them. No other halfway house, no other agency would take them because of their pedo classification. But this particular director was such a money hungry, greedy bastard that he took them all. Oh, he took them all. He has an agency. Well, at the time anyway, he may not still, I don't know. But at the time, he even had one in one of the South towns in New York and in Florida. And I wonder if they know. But here's the gag, y'all. This particular agency was right across the street from a church that serviced women and children.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's always like that, where it's like a neighboring business or a building that's affiliated with the BS.
Yes. Yes.
Like we was just talking about that with the Kanika Jenkins stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm just seeing your joint. Hold on, it's missing a T. Such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, or research without requiring permission. What do you mean, boo?
Right after the 1976.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'll fix that. Gotcha. Well, luckily I wasn't like doing what I was doing earlier, right?
Right.
Good Lord. Good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. Thank you, boo. Always got my back. Lord, I tell you. Lady Mysterious says, and they give them second chances of life to do it over and over. Absolutely. That the recidivism is ridiculous.
Right.
It really, really is. Look at Jarvis Butts.
Man.
He went to prison for a 4-year-old. And 15 years later, he's about to do the rest of his life, 35 to 60 years, for unaliving a 13-year-old. But in between there, even his own daughter. Even his own daughter. Really? His own daughter? Like, that's sick. That's total. Anyway.
Right.
Y'all, we have got to start paying attention to the little shit. We've got to start paying attention. Okay? That mother that say, oh no, I could drop the kids off. No, the fuck, the devil is a lie. Be late. Go out of your way. You're gonna be late anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
They know you got kids.
Huh?
They know you got kids.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Be conscious of where you're allowing your babies to spend a night. And it's no longer just be concerned about the girls.
Man.
Okay? That's no longer the goddamn concern anymore. Not anymore. That's not taboo anymore. Little boys too. Be careful about where you're letting your baby spend the night. If you know your good girlfriend don't give a damn about what kind of boyfriend she have, you might want to think twice about letting your babies spend the night or go over there to play. Because they may have a Jarvis Butts, a Christopher Whitaker, or one of these monsters visiting that day. She may not even know he coming over. Right?
Right.
But she happened to talk to him on the phone and he like, what you doing, babe? And she like, oh, nothing. Kelly just brought her daughter over and her and Keisha gonna play out in the backyard for a few hours. I'm just waiting on her mom to go run her errands. Oh, all right, boo. Well, I'm gonna let you go so you could, watch the kids. All right, boy, you gonna come over later, boo? Yeah, I'll see you later. I'll see you later. And boom, he pop up in 15 minutes. Hey, boo, I thought I was gonna see you later. Well, shit, I was just turning a couple of corners. Thought I'd come over and blow one with you. Now you done jive dozed off on the couch. You done brought the kids in from playing outside, but now you done dozed off on the couch. And Keisha ain't going home the same. If you know your friend is fast and loose, keep your kids from over there. Listen. Listen. I have no apologies to give. If listen, your girlfriend is an adult. If she wants to be fast and loose, she's an adult. She can give it out of both draw legs. Don't nobody care, right? That's her draw legs. That's her ass. She can spread it low and wide all she want to. All I'm saying is she may be spreading it that way for a Jarvis Butts.
All right. She may be a shaddy.
Huh?
She may be a shaddy.
Exactly. Who really don't want her. He
Mm-hmm.
really don't.
Right. He just want access to the babies.
Exactly. He really don't want her. That's all I'm saying, y'all. We got to give that extra shit. See, my daughter, she didn't go spend the night. My kids, because I'm gonna stop just saying my daughter. She'll tell you. I think she said it to y'all before. My kids didn't do the spending the night thing.
Mine didn't either.
Mm-mm.
It was if one go, they all gotta go.
Exactly. But mine didn't go.
Right. Mine didn't either because nobody wanted them all.
Exactly. And I had 3, just like you. Right? That's number 1. Number 2, I never did anything all night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I never did anything
I
that
didn't
required
feel
them
I
to be gone all
could.
night.
Yeah, I didn't feel I could. Like once I had kids, I felt like I was like on thin ice. Like I couldn't do nothing that would deter me from coming home to them.
Exactly. Lady Mysterious said, I didn't understand it till I got kids. Absolutely.
Exactly. I don't understand how you have some of these neglectful mothers. I do get that a lot of women have these babies to keep a man or stay attached to the man.
Mm-hmm.
But having my own kids, like something changes in your spirit when you look into them eyes and see that that's a part of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally a piece of your heart is in this world now.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that human being come out of your body and to feel nothing is like, what is that? What is so dark in your spirit?
You know what though, boo? A lot of times it's not even, they don't see it as a darkness in their spirit. They just do the bare minimum. They really do the bare minimum. And they jump from one baby daddy to the next baby daddy. And they have babies by each one. Listen, she's no longer here, but I had a family member who admitted to me when she started going through something with her last child's father. She said to me, I had these kids to keep their fathers, and none of it worked.
Wow.
She says, so if he want to take his child, he don't have to fight me about it, but he's got to compromise one way or another. I say, why? Compromise with you? Why? You don't want your child. You want him. Let's be honest.
Right.
Just let your child go, and you get visitation. See, she was trying to get some money out of it as well. See, that's that right there.
Sad.
It is, because nothing got better with her nor the children. Nothing got better.
How many kids did she have?
4, 2
Wow.
boys, 2 girls. It was all about the fathers each time. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, who's the common denominator? So,
Exactly.
like, you ain't learned the first time or the second time
Nope,
that don't work.
at all. Consistently, she thought she was the shit. She thought she was the prize. She thought everything was supposed to center around her. Mm-hmm. Leaving the children by the wayside until they ultimately got separated.
Wow.
And she's no longer here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And how old are her children now?
I believe
Are they
one.
grown or
No, I believe one is out of high school. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 are, yeah. Because Doobie is about to be, he'll be a junior in September. So yeah, 2 are out of high school. It might even be 3. It might be 3. 2 or 3 are out of high school, and 1 is on her way to high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the minor with her father now?
I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure of the dynamics anymore. At the time, that's what it was. At the time. Yeah. But I'm not sure anymore. Since
Like
her.
situations like that, that's kind of like my stepdaughter. Her mom told my husband that she stopped taking her birth control to get pregnant after she got pregnant. And all the time, I guess he thought she was on birth control.
Wow.
But like present day, from all the back and forth drama and BS that they've been through, looking at the 3 people involved, it didn't hurt nobody but my stepdaughter.
Right.
Like, she's the one in therapy now in her 20s when she should be living a good life, enjoying life.
My God. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Making 20-year-old mistakes.
Right. She's in therapy trying to understand what happened when she was 6.
Oh, my God.
Right.
Oh, my God. My. Yeah. Absolutely. We've got to go the extra mile, y'all. Or everything that we talk about is for nothing. Everything that we listen to is for nothing if we're not willing to be exhausted by the end of the damn day. If we've got small children around us. Right? See, lucky for me, or many women like me, that were, it's in every household. Well,
it's in a lot of them. I ain't gonna say
it's
every.
in a lot of them. It ain't in mine.
Right.
It's not in my household. No, it's not.
Not in mine either.
No. Right? It's not in every household. It could possibly be in every family somewhere, I'm willing to concede to that. but not in my household.
That's why I had a lady tell me somewhere in every black woman's story, she has a molestation story.
In what now?
She said in every black woman's story, she has a tale of molestation. And at first I was like, nah. But then if you think about it, it's like, even if it's not you,
Right.
you know of a cousin or a friend or somebody in your circle, in your journey, that
Absolutely.
you've heard about it. So I was like,
Absolutely.
I guess that is kind of like a true statement. And it's sad because other cultures don't have that same narrative.
I don't
Like, I
know.
know it happens in all cultures, but it's not like every single female or every single male of that culture would have that story.
Right. I don't know. I don't know. Um it's I know for a fact that statistically speaking, back in the days, it was very prevalent and still is in certain parts of our country with the Caucasian community. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Because they're so strong with keeping their blood pure. That's their justification, right? The people in the mountains and down in the countries and living on compounds and all that kind of stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then even if you look at the industry, like Elvis Presley and a lot of them had very young girls.
Exactly. Exactly. Very young. Priscilla 18.
She was how old? Uh-oh, might have technical difficulties.
Come from, she was a victim.
You went out for a minute. What'd you say?
The Shirley Temple.
Oh,
You hear me?
yeah. I've heard
She
about
was
her story.
Yeah, she was a victim.
Hmm.
And that's why she was put on the screen because that's what was promised to her. The Mexican community, especially the less fortunate ones, when those men get drunk, the Native Americans, when those people get drunk, oh man, oh man. So I'm not so quick to say it's more prevalent in our culture. No, mm-mm. It's just that we can't speak on what we haven't visited. You understand what I'm saying? What we
Yeah,
don't know for that matter, right?
right.
I mean, look at the what was his name? Um oh man, with the Caucasians over there in with the LDS,
With who?
the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Oh,
What was his name? Oh man, it's on the tip of my tongue. He was finally arrested about 10 years ago, I think, maybe 15. He was finally arrested. But man, this man had like 30 wives, and they all started as children. And that's what he preached. Now, of course, it's expanded since then, and so it's a lot less of the child stuff going on. But nonetheless, some stay true to that teaching. This is not a religion. It's just a teaching.
Wait a minute, Sean. Let me go get your door.
Okay. Um and so I won't say that I'll put it this way. I am more concerned about us. I'll tell you why. Because if we don't safeguard our boundaries, don't put up boundaries, if we don't, I think Joseph Smith was the beginning. He was like back in the days, right, lady? He might have been, was that the one that was arrested within the last 15 years, lady? I am more concerned with ours because nobody's checking for us as it is. I told you guys the difference between the ebony alert and the amber alert. That's not for nothing. It's very indicative of how they see us, how seriously they take our own concerns. You mess around and tell the police your 13-year-old daughter ran away and see what happened. Nothing is gonna happen. But you tell them that she's missing, you might at least get a report written. Exactly. Nothing. You might get a report written. They're not checking for us, y'all. Only time they checking for us is when it's our boys that's out there in them streets doing what boys do. And they let them do just enough so that when they snatch their narrow asses up, they can throw them right in the penitentiary and slap a number on their asses. But are they doing something to prevent that? No. Exactly, lady. She said, and why is that? We say gas. They ran away. Exactly. That's why I try to implore daughter do that. Even if that's what your niece, your child, your daughter, even if that's what she did, don't say that. I don't care. Don't say she ran away. Because the fact of the matter is, even though she did, she's still missing. She's still missing. She's not at home where she's supposed to be, and you don't know where she is. So rather she ran away or somebody snatched her. The facts are what they are. She's not home, and you don't know where she is. So don't say she ran away.
That's why y'all trying to figure it out. She's getting farther away.
Exactly. Exactly. And if we mess around and say she ran away, that's all the excuse that they need.
They did that to a girl here where the aunt got on the news interview and it was like, where do you think she went? She was like, I think she ran away. And all the while, the girl was in a house, barricaded, had been snatched. The guy had sexually assaulted her for
5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Dejanay Frazier.
Yep.
I did that story. And it wasn't her aunt. What happened was Dejanay's mother had ultimately given birth to 10 children. And one child after another, they were all being born addicted. And because of that, the children were automatically taken from her. Mm-hmm. And Dejanay and a sister, it was 3 of them. One died. No, it was 2 of them, and one died a few years ago. Why, it didn't say. The family member, the blood relative that was given an interview, to on Toot Reacts. She was on the phone, and she said that that sister had passed away, and but the woman that had adopted them had recently passed in like the last 2 years. She passed, and so Dejanay was just passed down to that woman's daughter. They're not family members.
Who was the lady, the adopted lady that passed, her daughter?
Yes. Dejanay was passed down to the original adopted lady's daughter. This lady didn't give a shit about her, said the family member. She didn't care. She said because when she called to have a conversation with her to find out the details, she asked her, "What did you tell the police? Did you tell the police that she ran away, or did you tell them that she's missing?" And she said, this lady told the family member, the cousin, I think she is, "Oh, I told them that she's missing." And she said to Toot, "Just for me to find out when I watch the news, I can literally hear her saying, I think she ran away." Well, I don't know what she did. All I know is if she, because she would have called my daughter by now. That's what the lady said. Because this chick hadn't called her daughter by now, she don't know what to believe.
But you know that girl ain't lay her head on that pillow that night.
Exactly. And first she told a lie saying that she took the dog out for a walk and the dog came back and she didn't. Then
that wasn't true?
No, because then Toot went to Detroit. She lives in Atlanta, but she's from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
And she went there for the Jarvis Butt sentencing.
Yeah, I remember she was here.
She was doing a 2-for-1. The day that they touched down was the sentencing, and the next day they were about to be boots on the ground hanging up flyers for Dejanay Frazier. And that's what she did. Her and her wife and their people. In the rain, the sleet, the snow. Detroit was giving it up on that day. The weather was fucked up. And Toot was sick. But she was still out there. And so that evening, it came out, well, the dog didn't come back either. Because, see, Toot was telling people, "Listen, y'all, we gonna get a picture of the dog for y'all." And somebody in the chat said, "Well, what's the dog's name?" And she said, "Y'all know what? That's a good goddamn question." And she turned around, she said, "Yo, y'all," she was talking to her camp. She said, "Yo, y'all, can y'all find out can y'all call her and ask her what's the dog's name?" And before she can get the answer of what the dog's name was, it came back. Well, the dog didn't. The dog didn't come back either. Really?
Wow.
So for a whole almost 2 weeks, people have been under the impression that the dog came back, but the girl didn't. Yeah. And that wasn't true. The dog supposedly was still out there too. But then at that point, is there really even a dog at this? Like, really?
Right.
That night.
I can't see like no pit bull in Detroit not attacking.
Exactly. That night, while Toot was on her live, giving everybody an update about the dog and letting everybody see her, because she posted her live, showing everybody that she was honoring her word. It was definitely boots on the ground and this and that for Dejanay Frazier. Somebody said to her in the chat, "She's been found. It's on the news." And she said, "Y'all stop playing with me. Y'all serious?" Yo, she turned around to her people. She said, "Yo, they saying she's been found. Yo, y'all check that out." She like, "Yo, y'all, don't do that. Don't do that." So her wife immediately gets on the horn and she calling, and the other people from her camp, they're calling, and they confirm it. She was indeed found walking down the street. And so once this nasty ex-offender gets arrested, find out that this fucker said the reason why he let her go was because he saw that she was being sought after on social media, not the news.
Right.
Because he didn't have a TV. He was living in this abandoned house, boarded up.
I definitely shared her picture.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He said he did it because he saw that they were looking for her. He saw it on social media that they were looking for her. He saw the flyers. But he had her for 5 days doing unthinkable things to this little girl. 5 days. And
Right.
this
I'm with Lady Mysterious. She say, still no dog.
still no dog. Still no dog, Lady Mysterious. Still no dog. The lying bitch.
Right.
Still no dog.
And
Y'all
what if
see
it
what I'm
comes
saying?
out? What if it comes out that this guy was related to the woman
Oh,
or
girl.
something? That would just be crazy.
Oh, girl. I'm hoping, wishing, and praying that Toot gets that exclusive. She deserves it. She the one who
Definitely.
put it out there. He said he saw the flyers. That's because of Tootie.
Mm-hmm.
That's because of her and her boots on the ground.
Because that's where I definitely heard about it the first time on her channel.
Absolutely. That's where I heard it from. And that's why I put it and did the story on my channel. Shared her picture on my community wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do. I hope and I pray that as soon as she's strong and brave enough, even if she has to do it over the phone, I hope that Tootie gets that exclusive, especially if Dejanay is exposing that family.
Right.
Now, if anybody's wondering, her family member, her blood family member who was in contact with Tootie, did tell her. She said, "Listen, I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. And Dejanay, if you can hear me, baby, I apologize from the bottom of my heart that we were not in contact with y'all. We were wrong. I was wrong. We should have been in contact with y'all. Y'all should be with family. And I promise you, if we find you, you never have to go back." That's what she said. And I commend her for that because she acknowledged
Mm-hmm.
what the family should have been doing. She didn't try to hide it. She didn't try to lie about it. And then when they found her and another female were outside talking to reporters, telling reporters, they said, "Is there something you want to say to Dejanay?" Because by now she was at the hospital. They said, "Baby, you ain't got to go back if you don't want to. You can come with us. You don't have to go back there if you don't want to." Because, see, y'all, it still hadn't come out if she ran or if she was walking the dog and got snatched. It just hasn't come out yet. And so they were just covering all bases by saying, if you don't want to go back, no matter why you ended up where you were, you ain't got to go back. We'll love you. We'll cover you. We will not mistreat you. Huh?
And protect you.
And protect you. Yes. That's what they said. That is what they said. So I don't know. I don't know what happened thus far. I haven't seen any updates, but Toot does have a Discord, and a lot of times that's where they discuss a lot of stuff. So maybe that's where they're talking about it at. I don't know.
I said I was
That's,
going to join that app.
yeah. I tried. It's asking for, like, I must have joined it some time ago. And I done forgot. I done forgot passwords and all that kind of shit. And listen, Kels, you know me. Man, they tell you to get the code from your text and go over here to your email and confirm the code and then go back over here and do this and then you got
You'd be like, fuck this, I need a cigarette.
oh girl. Girl, fuck that Discord, man. Shit. Man, listen. No.
I haven't even tried it or downloaded it or anything, but people keep telling me I need it. I'm like, I really don't need no more social media apps. Let me give you my phone number.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, we've got to be more vigilant, guys. We've got to be more vigilant. Kels, do me a favor. Talk to them for a second. I need a moment.
So, y'all, what's going on? I don't know about the crime talk too much because it gets kind of heavy on my spirit. All of this stuff is sick to be messing with some kids. Like, I just can't really process it. I could never. I think I would take a charge if I witnessed somebody doing something to a child. I don't care if it was mine. Because that's something to think about for him to let her go after seeing her on social media and it's the family or whatever. I agree. Like, a lot of people don't even watch TV no more. Social media really is the information outlet for a lot of people. So if we don't talk about it, a lot of really on the news, our stories don't really get out anyway. So it's really us that has to be the voice to get them out. Because who knows if the girl would have ever been found if it didn't go viral the way it did on social media. I really want to know the backstory.
Okay, I'm back, boo. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Ooh, girl, I needed a moment. Okay. I needed a small restroom break. Okay. Lady Mysterious said, Kels, that's something to think about for him to let her go after seeing her on social media if he knew the family or whatever. Yes, right. Because it will hit social media before the news, unfortunately, for people who look like us.
Right.
It will. That's a fact. I was telling, I don't know if you heard it earlier, Ebony, but I was telling them the difference between the Ebony alert. Kels, I don't know if you heard it earlier, but I was telling them the difference between the Ebony alert and the Amber alert.
Yeah, what the Ebony alert is specifically for the black child or the brown child?
Not only that, but it comes with different criteria. You want to know what they are?
Well, I was going to say, what?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me pull it out. Absolutely. Because I got it, baby. Mm-hmm. Where is it? Hold on 1 second. There it is. So apparently, because I had to Google it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Ebony Alert covers 12 to 25. What about the 11 to 1?
Right.
I
What
mean,
about the 3-month-old
exactly.
that was in the
Like,
car seat in the carpool though?
exactly. Right? That's number one. The Ebony Alert was created, and this is per Google, that we're often ignored by police and media. So, see, y'all, I'm not just saying this because I hate the police. Even Google said it. Google also said that the way that our 12 to 25-year-olds make the Ebony Alert is if it's due to an unexplained or suspicious disappearance. Well, you don't fucking say. You don't say. Why the hell else are we calling the goddamn police? They said trafficking, mental or physical disabilities. Well, you don't say. My child is missing and he or she has a mental or physical disability. So if they're missing, but they're in their right mind, it then has to be unexplained or suspicious disappearance. So if they ran away, which means they left the house on their own accord, they will not be put on this Ebony Alert. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? I don't be saying it because it sounds cute. Y'all can Google the criteria for Ebony Alert right now. This is what it's going to tell you. And because of that, the Ebony Alert relies on social and local media. Social media and local media, hey, boo-boo, to where the incident happened. See, Gabby Petito, she was all over the news, all over the place, all over the country. Gabby Petito was, but she was the right complexion for that connection. Okay?
Yep.
And here's one more. And there are no phone alerts for Ebony Alert.
So what's the point?
Exactly. What? How we gonna get it? How we gonna get the alert, the Ebony Alert? How are we gonna find out about it? Have y'all ever seen an Ebony Alert?
That's what I was saying. I've never heard of it.
Have you ever seen an Ebony Alert on Instagram, TikTok? Let me know. Twitch, which one? Huh?
And how long has it been in effect?
I think since 24.
Wow.
Okay.
They really don't care about us.
Here's the criteria for the Amber.
Huh? Not your grandbaby killing me.
A girl. I was telling Boo Boo earlier, she is the only person on earth that I'm jealous of. Like, for real. She get to wake up, hold me, feed me, hold my bottle while you look, hold my food while you feed me, and then lay me down, clean my butt, and hurry up because I don't like to be naked. I'm cold. That wipe is too cold and I'm gonna cry. So hurry up because you know you don't want to hear me cry. Okay? No, don't pay attention to your husband. I need attention right now. Yeah. Right. Oh, you thought you was about to go to sleep? Oh, no. You're not going to sleep. No, because I'm still awake. Yeah. And I don't like to be laid down until I'm asleep. Oh, you thought you was about to go cook dinner? No, 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 not yet. Mm-mm. Yeah.
I swear I missed them days.
Okay. Now, here's the criteria for the Amber Alert. It covers all ages till 17 years old. All ages. Well, hell, in most states, you grown by 16 any goddamn way.
Right.
So who they? It's like they think they talking to a bunch of goddamn idiots. Then it says the Amber Alert. You make the Amber Alert once they confirm the abduction. Well, damn. How do you do that if they're gone, Kels?
Impossible.
Isn't them being gone confirmation enough?
Exactly.
Like, like I, I feel real stupid in it right now. Confirmed abduction? They're gone. The fuck?
Right.
Okay. And this is from Google. Okay. These I did not change these words. These are a quote. Okay. Then the next one is requires evidence of immediate dangers. Huh?
Make it make sense.
Isn't them being gone and not being at home safely in the arms of the ones that they love evidence? Like, what more are they looking for? What, you looking for blood drops to lead you off some goddamn where? Hmm? You need a dog to follow a trail to a pond somewhere?
Right.
I don't understand.
Scooby Doo on the trail. Look
You understand? You understand? Then the next one is the Amber Alert triggers cell phones, highway signs, and the TV if your TV is hooked up to the internet. Like it's got certain settings with
right.
like our TVs. Most of our TVs today are smart TVs, but there are certain settings that your TV can be capable of. And if your TV is set up like that, you'll get that ticker across your TV. Uh-huh. The Amber Alert gets cell phones, highway signs. Yeah, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this is just for Caucasian community. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is, why did an ebony alert have to be created if the Amber Alert does more any goddamn way? Or why can't all of these criterias be combined? If the Ebony Alert will go up to 25, why won't the Amber Alert? Why does it stop at 17? You understand what I'm saying? It's like there's that more black people go missing beyond 17 than white folks. And I just beg to fucking differ. I beg to differ. And what the hell is what does it matter? If
Right.
Ebony will go up to 25, why Amber won't go up to 25? If Ebony will be seen on social media and local media, why isn't that for Amber as well? You understand? So it's like, put it all together, goddammit. Why are we separate like that?
Right.
And so now you know. They're putting it right in our faces that they really don't care about the separation. They're putting it right in our faces. And that is so wrong.
Mike said they don't really care about us.
They really don't. They really, really, really don't. Oh gosh, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. It's it's very disheartening. It's so sad. That's why y'all see I have to take my breaks because otherwise I'm literally emotionally drained.
Mm-hmm.
And so y'all, tomorrow I'm not going live in the morning. Got some errands to run and I've got some business to take care of, and I just want to be peaceful.
Yeah.
Right?
I got this work week to go into, so I ain't gonna be on these
Even on the
YouTube at all.
exactly.
Like I'm really trying to prioritize stress levels. So these 2 days is my YouTube days. I'm logging out.
Yeah. I just need one morning. I'll probably I can go live tomorrow evening. Maybe we'll just kick it, but it don't be enough kicking going on for me. So I'm definitely gonna stop using this StreamYard because don't enough people come up here for me to keep paying for this. So I'm just gonna go live regular and bet not a soul asks for me to drop a link or I'm gonna yell
That's how it works. It's always when you don't have it. Folks be like, where the link at? Where the link
at you. Bet not a soul asks for me to drop that damn link. I'm not playing. Because I have gone live on StreamYard. My last, Lord, what's today? Tuesday? I've been going live on StreamYard since last week. And Kels, you the first one to come up here. Olivia tried a few days ago, and I don't know, StreamYard was just messing up that day. It really was.
I had the trial version linked to my credit card. I was paying for StreamYard and didn't even realize it. Wasn't even using it.
Wow. Yeah. See, when I did the trial, I gave them did I even have to put it on a credit card? Oh, I'm gonna have to check that.
Yeah, I put in my credit card for the trial.
Mm-hmm.
Just been like, because my bill is on automatic payment, so it was just making the payments, and I just so happened to look at the statement like I done made 2 StreamYard payments.
You ain't even using it.
I ain't even used it.
Well, I think I have gone to plus status now within that month, so it don't even matter with me because I had ran out of space.
Gotcha.
The 10 hours, the 10 free hours, I had ran out of that.
Yeah.
So I just went on and upgraded anyway within that 30 days. So whatever. But I'm about to save some shit now because we just like to sit in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I said. With the way my work schedule going and with these catering orders and stuff coming in, I'm gonna just start posting videos. I ain't too pressed about going live with the way they want to strike pages and all this crap.
Girl, pathetic they are.
Like it's just sad. I tell you,
So
sad.
So sad. Like y'all, the haterism is real.
I mean, to me, it's diabolical because, like you said, I don't fuck with nobody.
Exactly.
So for me to be
what she said was she don't fuck with nobody. That's what she said, y'all.
And that's the thing. Like I don't mess with nobody. I had my little run in with the situation with the other little crew,
and
but in the same note,
yourself,
huh?
And you spoke up for yourself.
And yeah, that was the case of like me just removing myself from the situation. Like no judgment of them. Just it's not rocking with what I'm trying to do right now. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna do mine.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes,
when you
Lady
get,
Mysterious.
when
They're
you get
bullying
to
her.
the point of y'all trying to strike my page, like I don't even have the following. I don't even have a monetized page. Like, but damn, I guess y'all see a bitch growing.
Exactly.
Y'all see a bitch making moves.
They
Y'all
see
see
your
people talking
future,
about
girl.
kills in these streets.
Hello,
Like,
Miss Walker.
this is diabolical.
It is. They're bullying you because they can't be you. And I don't know who they are, but I'm still saying what the hell I'm
Do
saying.
you know how many times I have said that in my life? Like, you hate me because you ain't me.
That's right. Don't
I
nothing else
swear,
make sense. And they can
I'm about
deny
to
it
make a
all they
shirt.
want to. And if it's not true, God damn it, stop doing what the hell you doing because there is no justification for that.
Like, why are you mad that I'm playing a free video from a free motivational speaker?
Exactly. That's what happened earlier, Lady Mysterious. Kels is there. She's sitting there going live on her channel, minding her business, playing content from a motivational speaker who gives it out for free. And some bully comes along with their hating ass, and contacts YouTube and has her page stricken.
Yeah, like, what's wrong trying to uplift them? Like, you that hateful, you don't want to see people be happy?
And what they don't know is all they did was put their own stinking asses in quicksand. That's all the hell they did.
Yeah, because that response that I got back after that reply I made was like, oh, we got it. They know what's up.
See what I'm saying? But what they don't realize is one monkey don't stop no show.
Not at all, because all that did was gave me time to take these cake orders and have
Make some
another
more
plane
money.
pull up. Like, while I'm
Exactly.
sitting up here doing stuff for free, I done got cash on hand today. So thank you.
Hello. There you go.
Thank you. I had some unexpected cash walk in.
Okay. Lady Mysterious said childish. That part. Exactly.
Beyond, like, it's sad that we can't just be women.
And wasn't that what I was saying last night, y'all? And then the messed up part about it is people want to portray themselves. They want to portray themselves as if they are so uplifting and with the upward movement and you know all that bullshit.
It looked good.
She
Let
sound
that
good.
mask fall off.
I don't know all about looking good, but I know it sound good.
I mean, some of the imagery looks good. I mean, but you can talk it, but when it's time to walk it and put that work in to be it, some of us ain't even got to talk it. Like,
Crab in the
if
bucket.
anything, my talk is nothing like the character, and that's basically what I've learned in this situation. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I got the boss mentality, but it's real humble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But y'all about to make a bitch roar.
They about to make Keisha come out. Mm-hmm.
Like, Keisha been calm for a while, but
Mm-hmm. She in that bottle just turning on the shelf.
man,
Like, girl, listen.
look, you know how it is when you about to crack the bottle and everybody bless
Wait,
the top.
wait. You got to hold that Mickey Ficky away from your face.
Man,
That top gonna pop. Yes. Bounce across the room like the corks does.
that
Stop playing.
mug got the cracking. Like, chill out, we got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got
Lady
some work
Mysterious
today.
said, I had someone that asked me, why am I posting? I said, what I do on my page is for me as well. And who want to read it? Why does it bother you? You see what I'm saying? She said, I
Man,
think we all need inspiration and hear some affirmations of life. We do. What's wrong with it?
quiet is kept before, let's just say, the last 6 months. That's all that was on my YouTube: DIY inspiration and credit repair stuff, because I was researching how to fix the stuff on my credit on my own before I paid somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But the drama of it all, it's crazy. Like, it's enough. Like, as much as you talk about the true crime, as much as you got going on between your jobs, your kids, everyday life, why would
Why?
you want to engage in something you don't like or don't want to be involved in optionally?
Why
Like,
is someone angry with you because of what you want to do?
and it's what's best for me. Like, I never said, hey, don't come join me.
Right?
Y'all don't want to. So you mad that I don't want your company when you didn't want mine in the first place?
Oh, oh,
Make it make sense.
I can't.
Neither can I. That's why I remove myself from them situations, because if it gets too confusing, it's not worth my brain space.
Mm-mm,
Like,
mm-mm.
it's not that hard to engage with people that want to engage.
Right. And it's enough room on this red app for everybody to do it. I
Hello.
promise you, somebody is gonna stumble inside of your filthy ass house and want to sit with you. Just wait on it. Why you got to be a crab in a bucket, snatching folks down? It ain't gonna help you get any closer to the top because God don't like ugly. He gonna make sure you keep falling down. You're gonna get right there and you're gonna get the tip of your finger to the top of that bucket, and you're gonna be like, ooh, I just need to, and you're gonna step on somebody and it's gonna be real slippery and your ass gonna fall right back down to the bottom again. Because you're being a bully, and bullies get taken down every time. Especially when people are good. That's really sad. Really, really is. Oh my goodness. Ladies, I love y'all.
Love you
I
back.
really, 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 really do.
And I
I
support you.
appreciate you guys. It says YouTube is currently experiencing some issues with their APIs that might prevent some users from going live on the destination. Our team is monitoring the platform for further updates. Well, I'm glad I ain't had no problems. Thank you, God. See how God is? Lady Mysterious said, in the last couple of weeks, I've seen so much hating on this app. I said, nope, leaving. It's too much content to do. It really is. That's why I stay in my lane and I don't bother nobody. I don't. It's certain stories I'm just not going to cover because, see, I don't have such a humble mentality when it comes to messing with me, and I don't bother anybody. I'm going to get downright stupid. I'm
My
going to get
thing
dumb.
is, at the end of the day, is no more than a picture on the screen when I close this laptop, unplug this phone.
I know that's right.
These people don't mean nothing to me. Like, I tried to make friendships, real friendships,
Mm-hmm.
but that just created online drama.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Like, we can have real friendships without drama. I've done the high school drama thing.
Girl, I said that when I did my rant. Man, I ain't did that dumb shit since high school. It's been quite a while. But I really do care about the people who care about me on this app. I care about the people who support me. You know what I mean? You
Right.
need me to call you, I'm calling you. You need me to text you, I'm texting you. You want me to just listen, I will listen. And I will fuss right along with you, and I cuss these motherfuckers out right along with you. Hey, what you want me to do? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm
Right.
also here to uplift. And the first thing that I want to say is, please, y'all, can we just be grown ass women and not high school immature juveniles? Like, damn, ain't we tired of that dumb shit? It's
Man.
ridiculous. We got people like this to deal with. family tragedy. Stop it, Daddy. Y'all see what I'm saying? I don't like my babysitter. We got stuff like this to worry about. On top of the fact that we got to worry about people smiling in our face, but talking about us behind our back, all because we have the wherewithal to know I don't fit in this space. I want to go over here and create my own. And people get mad at us for doing that. Well, whatever. Tracy says, I will have to watch the replay. I enjoy your content. Thank you, Tracy. Lady Mysterious says, when I heard you, Sean, be speaking, I said, oh, I love here. She need her own channel. Then boom. Yes. I think you meant I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what got me to do it. Like I said, people, my family been telling me to do it for years, but I just didn't feel it. I just didn't. And then people started saying, Sean B, create your own channel. They were yelling at the host of the panel that I was on because I was being cut off or, and that sort of thing, or I was being disrespected. And that's when I started to feel it. And I said, okay, God, I hear you. And so I did. And we're going to grow slowly. That's what's going to happen. We're going to grow slowly. And as soon as we can, as soon as I can, I will create. We'll have our memberships and we'll have our private rooms where we can go and talk about whatever and about whomever, whenever y'all want to. They were saying you need it, then you got hated on. Exactly, lady. Absolutely. But that's what some people love to do. But you know what Cat Williams said?
Is that in the syllabus of having a YouTube channel?
Huh?
Is that in the syllabus of having a YouTube channel?
Exactly. I think so. But y'all know what Cat Williams said? We need haters. We need them. Haters let us know we doing some shit right.
I sure felt like that bitch today.
Okay? You
I
was
logged
doing it
off
all
like,
right.
damn, Kelly, you the shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, here I am sitting in my little humble bag, like thinking, okay, it's gonna be a little slow growth. And I got motherfuckers watching me enough to strike me. Oh, I'm doing something right, goddamn.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Y'all scared. Like, ooh, you mad? Thank you.
Thank you.
I was about to stop, but y'all just made a bitch keep going.
Absolutely. Lady Mysterious said, because we still go sleep good tonight. I am.
Facts. And still gonna watch that account grow.
The only time I don't sleep good is when I know that one of my good girlfriends is going through some shit.
Man.
But if y'all tell me y'all all right, then I'm all right. Because I really do care. I really do care. Y'all don't hear me screaming and hollering about get them likes up. Y'all don't hear me screaming and hollering about subscribe. Y'all don't hear me screaming and about no bush people and all that kind of. Listen, y'all gonna do what y'all gonna do regardless. What I'm screaming and hollering about that for? That's not my content. That's not my content. I pin it to the top. It's on the screen. That's it. And it's on the screen because YouTube suggested it to me. Because StreamYard suggested it to me. I don't do all that screaming and hollering. For what? Hell, I'm doing enough screaming, cussing, and fussing when I'm giving my goddamn content. And that's just a fact. Shit. Y'all, listen, I appreciate y'all so much. I really, really do. Kels, thank you for coming up here with me, boo.
Thank you for allowing me.
Absolutely, baby. Y'all know I appreciate you. And I love y'all after that. Now here comes some good shit from Kelly Kels.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah. Sean B on YouTube. Ooh, yeah. Late night on the screen, got the city lights low. Sean B bringing truth to the stories below. From New York with grace and a mind so wise, she can see through the dark, she can read through the lines. Every clue, every name, every twist, every turn, she be digging down deep till the realness burns. For the ones left behind, for the pain unseen, she be lifting those voices in between the scenes. So like, share, subscribe, let the real ones roll. Sean B on the case, going straight for the soul. On YouTube she shines, bringing truth to the few. When the world stays quiet, she comes breaking through. Like, share, subscribe, let the story breathe. Sean B got the light that the people need. Ooh, Sean B, true crime, baby. Tune in and watch the truth speak.